How are you? You alright? Bless you.
Cheers.
She corrected to me. Clearly mistaken me for Prince Charles. Happens to me all the time.
I do that to everybody.
And you do, bless you. Listen, Dawn, I know that you're thinking to yourself that I'm going to be really foolish. And you're right. So as long as you understand that. Now, let's go back into, oh, please. These gifts are for me.
And the file she has.
Okay. Flyers, okay.
No, file.
File?
Yes.
No problem. You can put it there if you want to. You okay?
No water gets in it.
I'll make sure there's no water gets on it.
The box.
Okay, thank you. So, is this the first time you've been to Derby?
No.
Been
This is
Derby?
the first time I'm coming into an atmosphere like this.
Is it? Oh dear. A nice friendly atmosphere, I hope.
Indeed.
Okay, because I'm a very friendly person. Don't be fooled by these incisors. so forgive me. So Dawn, I'm going to go way back in time. Because most people think that you are a recent artist based on the Peugeot advert.
The what?
Was it the Peugeot car?
Nissan.
Nissan? You sure?
Very sure.
Okay, Nissan.
I lived across from them. I didn't even know that.
Okay. All right, so I'm not even going to ask you how that advert came about. We're going to go back in time.
I have no idea. I just know the record label solicited them or they wanted to promote the track. And someone is passed and they got the track to do the advert. I'm still trying to get a copy of that video. Actually.
Really? I'll email it to you. No problem.
You have it?
No. I'm sorry, forgive me. I have friends. I have friends. We will find it. Okay, so let's go back in time. Right? You obviously had a gift for singing. Did you start singing in the church? Where did you know that you could sing?
Well, I mean, that's a very trivia question people tend to ask from time to time. How did you get in the business? Da, 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 da. I don't think I was cut out to be a singer. I was more cut out to play the piano and the violin. And the
really?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, it's the bailiff, sir. They're after the coffee table. Sorry, forgive me. Sorry.
It's like comedy.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be better now. Sorry.
Actually, now Dawn, your phone's ringing.
Is it? That's your phone.
I'll switch it off.
It's still my job, but
Pardon? Press it off.
switch it off.
Yeah. If you can all switch your phones up. Don't follow me. Okay. Sorry, sis. Sorry. Okay, so you said that you used to play the piano?
Yes, that's what I did classical music. I did Schubert and Chopin and Tchaikovsky and Mendelssohn and all these different people. Bach.
Really?
Did the exams in the examiner would come from Royal School of Music in London, England, would come to Jamaica to test. By this time you'd have bought the books, like say grade 1, have some set books with scales and things, and you have to study them for when this man comes and you go in a room with him and you play the piece and he marks you whether it's a pass, a distinction or a credit, merit or whatever you call it. So eventually I started to play for the young people, Sunday school and things like that in the church, Salvation Army, and I went to 2 churches every Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of understands why I go to 2 churches now.
Okay.
So, I more used to play the piano and that aspect of it. And then I started to play and sing as I got more intelligent in playing the piano. And my sisters started a group and I backed them up. I wasn't ever singing with them. I was just backing them up. But maybe I got some courage and started to play and sing, and then I started to do jazz in the different little clubs in Jamaica.
So, what period of time are we talking? We're talking the 60s, the 70s? What period was that?
You want a time frame?
You don't mind.
Why?
Because I want to know what you were listening to at the time.
What I was listening to? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I was listening to.
Sure.
The numbers thing is not my fault.
I don't blame you.
I was listening to Diana Ross and the Supremes. I was listening to Major Dionne Warwick, I was listening to Aretha Franklin. I was listening to Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells for the females. You had a lot of male ones as well, like Curtis Mayfield and the, whatever that name was, I forget. Curtis Mayfield and his group. It's a long time ago anyway.
No problem.
It's a different scenario. But then I was growing up. Curtis Mayfield and the... Who?
Ignore that.
That's not the name. If you call the right name, I will tell you. Curtis Mayfield and the...
And the what, sir?
I think it's the Impressions.
Impressions.
Yes, that's the name.
It's
Same group as.
Bravo.
Same as.
Bob Marley and the Wailers. Brotherhood of Man.
Stop.
Teddy Pendergrass. That's right.
Those
Yes.
type of people anyway.
Okay.
Wow. So that was the era that we used to work with.
So when you were listening to these singers, were you trying to be just like them? Was there a particular artist that you wanted to be like?
Well, I loved Aretha Franklin, as they say, 2 bits,
Mhm.
whatever that means.
Yes.
And I knew everything Dionne Warwick song. I used to remember going down to Times Store and going in the booth and listening to the record, learning the words, and spending loads of time there. Because I couldn't do it in the house, because my father is a Christian, so
Okay.
I couldn't play Quelby on his piano and things like that.
See, I'm kind of confused because when I was growing up, we heard about Jamaica because I was born in England, and I always thought all Jamaicans sang and listened to only reggae.
Only one?
Reggie, as we call it in England. You know, pass the Dutch on the left hand side, that sort of thing. So you're saying that's not all. Do you listen to reggae at all?
Of course, but we also listen to foreign people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for example, this group, Golden Touch, for example.
Okay.
That group?
No. Forgive me.
Stop.
Were they good?
Very, very good.
What sort of style?
It's R&B. We liked R&B actually. Jamaica people, you know, they don't actually, to be honest, they don't like to give their own any credit. They're like the foreign people, blah, 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 blah,
Yes.
you know. So that's what that was about. But we had a diverse type of music that we used to listen to, and from time to time things grow on you. And from time to time, what I used to really do is when I hear a song on the radio that I liked, I used to go on the piano and play it. So I used to figure out a verse, a chorus, a verse, a chorus, a verse, a chorus, or 2 verses on a bridge. And I knew, and I was doing chords, so I was doing like sheet music writings.
Wow.
So I knew from that aspect of it how songs came about. And then working with Luther Dixon, Wood for Chuck Jackson and Ines and Charlie Fox and all these kind of people, and Johnny Nash and these type of people I get to.
Sorry, you worked with these people?
Yeah, I was Luther Dixon's secretary at one point. So I used to be in the studio in Federal Records with the Courier studio before it became Tough Gone.
Yes.
Right. And I actually helped to get Bob the money to buy Tough
No
Gone.
way. So when you say Bob, you're talking about Bob Breathwaite?
No, the one that named Bob Marley.
No, Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet him?
Stop.
Forgive me.
He was in the studio at Studio One though.
All the time?
Yes, I knew him from before I was even married to Rita actually.
And what sort of person was he? Because I've watched the video, Marley, and he's not on it, but people are talking about him. What was he like?
Well, he was a character in his own self. He was quite original and used to be saying things. Just like a Gregory Isaac would come in and say some quirky things or so. He would just come off the cuff with things, certain conversation, and you just have to laugh or something like that. But it's a pity he passed on, but that's just life.
And when you first met him, was it Bob Marley?
When I met him?
Sorry, when you first got to know him, when he was coming to the studio, did he have an afro then, or was it locks then?
All of us was at the studio though.
Mm-hmm.
He never had no locks at the time, but eventually he started to have his locks. Locks is just not combing your hair actually.
That's what I used to have when I was a kid then. Okay, sorry. Forgive me. I'm going to do better. I'm doing better. Sorry, forgive me. And, okay, so, was he a conscious person?
He was just like any other young person out there, in his years. But eventually he became very conscious. conscious meaning, thinking of Jehovah as Jah.
Beautiful. Ah, well done. So
Yes, them call that name Rastafari
beautiful.
because of the Emperor Haile Selassie. But I knew when he came to Jamaica and I saw him as well, and I
Really?
heard some of the things he said.
So you've seen a lot in your life and done a lot.
Indeed.
Well done. Okay, so you are now playing piano and in the church, and you're playing the songs and accompanying people. When did you say to yourself, "Wait a minute, I can sing in my own right"? You know.
It's crazy. Sometime around 1991, I went back to Jamaica because I was in Tortola for 17 years checking out my father's roots. Because my father was even from Jamaica and I didn't even know that neither.
So you've
Because our parents don't tell us anything like
exactly.
that.
So your parent, forgive me. You're born in Jamaica. You are.
Right.
Your parents are living in Jamaica. Then you discover that your father isn't from Jamaica.
Right. My father used to guide in the ships coming into the harbor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So one time when he was on the ship, because he stayed on the ship like 3 days, and my sister went into a little case that he had, a little wooden thing, and opened it and discovered he had a British passport.
Wow.
So, oh my God. So, well, she was his pet, so it wasn't any big deal, but we found out that he really was from Tortola, the British Virgin Islands. So, nothing transpired after that, but one day one of the cousins from Tortola rang and spoke to him, and I was going on holiday because I just got a temporary job at a telephone company in the exchange and went to check out my father's side of the family. That's it.
And then you went. So that's how you went to the British Virgin Islands.
Yes, I went there for the first time and then met some of his family, and eventually he went back
Back to the
British Virgin Islands. And my other sister went with him, and there was a time she had to come back to school, so my mom was saying, your father spent so much money and you want somebody to stay in this country. So I just resigned the job and went over there.
And you lived out there.
Yeah, and that was like 17 years.
So tell me, when did you pick up that microphone and start recording?
Like what I'm saying, back in 1987, I went back to Jamaica to find dancehall as the music.
Dancehall?
Yes.
So what attracted you to dancehall?
When I went back to Jamaica, dancehall was the beat they were playing instead of reggae and ska and rocksteady and these things. So I'm saying to myself, well, if they do this in 5 seconds, if they did 15 minutes, they'll have a hit. But it's really the answer to drum and bass, what we call drum and bass, musically speaking. So I started to research my career and I entered some competition to sing.
Really? What? And did you win?
Paul Campbell, the actor,
Yes.
was in charge of this place in St. Catherine. He said to me, "Why are you doing this?" I said, "Well, I don't know. I just feel like I want to enter a competition or something like that." So then I went to the Tasties thing and a surprise guest and all this type of stuff. And then I went to Jammies and did a version of No No No.
So this is, what year is this now? This is in the 90s?
This is like 1991.
Yes.
Studio One had a reunion around 1992. I was like, Vonnie McGowan was the person who spearheaded the Studio One 35-year anniversary. So I was her secretary and I had to know where everybody was to bring them in to do rehearsals for this big show that was going to happen. So I was her secretary, and the next thing I know is that when I sang my song, I was singing a Diana Ross song, Why Did Where Did Our Love Go?
Tremendous tune.
But when I sang No No No, he said, a bad word.
Is it?
She never lose it. So then he said, next thing I know, Heartbeat said they want an album, no Studio One. But Mr. Dodd was actually dealing with Heartbeat. He was sending his music to Heartbeat in America. So it turned out now.
Heartbeat is that a label?
It's a label in America. So the next thing I know, after this thing, we went to Dumbarton Avenue and laid down some tracks for a mixed album with everybody like Dubby Dobson, various other people, Alton Ellis and the Flames, even Marcia Griffiths was on it as well.
Wow.
But my track was running the album, so I take it off and put on a 47-inch. So next thing I know, it hit the Billboard chart at number 77, the Red Bullet, and then it started to move. And I'm saying, heartbeat, and they're saying from the heart. I'm saying, what do you see with this song? It's just 2 verses and Johnny Moore playing. Every time Johnny Moore said, boy, I never get no pay, you know, and synthesizer don't have soul and all this type of stuff. So, you know, that's when I felt like some research of something was going on. And I even got a job in Virgin Megastore in Times Square, New York. And I was there, and somebody from the box came in there and started buying records. Now I was at the till. So he said, I look like somebody he know or you've seen somewhere, and he couldn't pick it up. I said, well, I don't think it's me, you know, somebody else, and start to run him around the bush and everything. I know where I see you from. I see you singing that song on TV. And he said, do they know who you are? I said, no. So eventually, back to your answer, around that time was the time when I figured that music, like singing music or singing songs, because singing music wasn't a job. I don't want it to be lawyer, doctor, or something. I wanted to do forensic medicine, but because my mom was a nurse and so we used to look out patients with her from time to time. The aspects of it never appealed to me.
Really?
Certain aspects of it. Yeah, I don't like the dead people and I don't like the blood neither.
Join the club. You don't like Quincy?
So that's when I decided, because I discovered now that music was paying me more than anything else. Furthermore, I was getting the frivolities of going from one country to the next for free. I call it a holiday, you know, a weekend or 2 weeks or whatever. But it's serious business, and it's real business now.
So how successful, how big was that record?
How big? It's big till about maybe 15 people have re-recorded it.
Wow.
I mean, Beyonce, Wu-Tang Clan, Jay Mills, he was the first one, Sean Paul, Lily Allen, quite a few others, to name a few.
So when you was in the recording studio, right, and they said do this track, for example, was it them suggesting it, or was it you suggesting doing the track?
The first time I did it with Coxsone.
Okay, way back.
But the very first song I sang was not that song, you know.
Wasn't it?
The very first song I recorded, I mean, I said it on documentary because I didn't know better. Because you see, first of all, we never had a copy of the record. We weren't legally inclined to know that we needed a manager. It was not business. We were just doing it for kicks. We wanted to hear our name on the radio. That's what it was all about.
Wow.
Yeah? Because I was always a secretary, and I was always either working in the bank or somewhere about in somebody's office. So that was a second place for me. In Jamaica, while I was there before that time I'm telling you about. So, having said that, I decided to seek to make it a career, and I got a deal with Atlantic through this man who was RCA ex-vice president of RCA, Basil Marshall. So I started to pick up, and I said, oh, it's the Marshall on the music, and it's Atlantic and global and all this type of stuff. So it is my signature song, actually. But when I listen to When I'm Gonna Be Free, which is the very first song I sang, not even knowing it was recorded, and on Island Hop, and selling on eBay for £1,760 and 7-inch vinyl, and say,
One record? You have any band?
I have it on CD, you know.
Get the vinyl from here. I hear it.
I have it on this thing because what happened is, since we didn't do our business properly, we subsequently were treated in that manner.
Really? So you lost a lot of money?
So I actually just grab up all of what I can find and put them on a CD. And this is my label here, The Beat. I dare any guy come test it.
Is it that good? But it's bad because
I'm
you're on it.
talking about the ownership of this music on this CD belongs to me.
Wow.
Yes? The producer had no right to put it out if I didn't sign a document with him. Yeah?
Yes.
And it's not land rate statute of limitation. I know they're trying to come up some crazy law like I will own this music for 75 years or 50 years it was. Now it's 75 years after the person demise and all this type of thing. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm just jumping out of the box.
So you're saying that the record that you're famous for, they took it without your permission and they paid?
When I'm going to be free, I'm getting paid from
Okay.
that other song there, but it still has some dark edges on it.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a bittersweet moment for you. In one
Yeah,
moment,
but so I just not even focusing on that rubbish anymore.
is it?
I'm just doing anything. I'm just writing music. I said, okay, if this whatever they gone with, I have a lot of other things I'm going to be doing.
Don't ask me why that is. It should be dead.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, how many, do you know, have you got any idea how many records you sold?
I know it's so a couple millions and it's on
Couple of million?
so many compilations. It's disgusting. I didn't want to think about it.
Really? Because if you need a manager in, I mean, I'm available, you know.
Is it?
Yes, cheap rates,
No.
50-50.
Huh?
I'm Dawn Penn.
So you sound like somebody who wanted to be my manager recently.
Is it?
That
Another one.
particular subject
Mhm.
gave me a contract. I mean, I did law relating to banking and I did law relating to almost nearly everything. Thoughts and chosen action, all these different type of things. Because I was as a banker as well. Yeah?
Okay.
I used to be a bank official in Barclays Bank.
Right, lovely
Yeah.
bank.
Kinda.
So, no, carry on, please.
But I had to take it to some professional people who wasn't going to charge me an arm and a leg to really read it. And this person actually wanted to almost own me.
That's the industry, though.
No, but you can't own me though.
Do you remember when Prince wrote to his face?
I was at I heard he was here. I was so upset.
You missed the concert?
I performed.
Mhm.
His concert was so hush hush. You didn't know where he was having a concert, and you had to be staying glued to your thing. Well, by that time I was glued in church anyway. But at the same time, I performed at his club, The Sign, in Hollywood when my song was a hit.
Really?
Yeah, and they showed me where it was a nice place at the time, you know. But I really, really wanted to catch up. It's a lot of people want to catch up with, but we're just playing phone tag all the time. We're just playing passing tags. I tried to catch up with Rihanna because she did my song. I got to Barbados to the Virgin Holidays. She was at this hotel last week doing a gig. And then she's coming in to do this Battle Star, whatever, Galactica movie. And then I talked to her
Yes.
people, da-da-da-da-da. So I stopped chasing people now.
Well, don't worry, because I know that Rihanna and also Beyonce love to watch our website. So when they see this video, I'm sure they'll be in touch. Don't worry. I'll pass on your details.
I don't have a problem.
Don't worry, leave that with me.
It does really matter. I met Erykah Badu in person when I went to the BET Awards recently, and quite a few high-profile people as well. You know, even Pharrell Williams and these people.
Now, what is the high point you'd say of your career so far, apart from meeting me?
The high point. Well, quote unquote, people tend to believe that if you don't get some kind of award or accolades in the business, it's not happening for you like that. But I find out that you have loads of people with good songs who never really make the cut because X amount of money wasn't spent on PR and marketing. Or this is a very good musician, has a very good voice. But I find that if your voice even have too much tremolo, they will say, oh, that's not saleable items. And since you're trying to be so cute, I have my book as well.
Oh, you've written a book, have you?
Long time.
Tell me a bit of... One day I'll learn to read. One day I'll learn to read. Forgive me. I'm trying.
I noticed Wikipedia is saying Dawn Penn is not my real name.
Yes.
So I just wrote a book and put in all my family name, including my father's name, which was Mr. William and Pauline Penn. So I don't know. It's not Wikipedia, it's the people that log into Wikipedia and just write if they think they know the person. No, I've been a very anonymous person forever.
I noticed.
I don't tell people my business. I don't have the time, I don't have the dirty laundry to clean. And I don't really care about people's business like that. I have my own thing to deal with and I like to do things different from what other people do. I don't follow people either. So
So
I
it's in
wrote
your
this book,
Mhm.
but it's just growing up in 3 locations.
Okay.
That is 133 Luke Lane on North Street and Orange Street with Kingston Public Hospital, North Street Congregational Church, Beverly's Records, up the road, Coxsone over this side of the street when you cross North Street, Prince Buster down here, so Clan Seckles the Taylor down here, so and go down the road is Mr. Robinson and Mr. Palmer, and further down
These are the
Mrs.
locations.
Pottinger. No, I'm giving you a bird eye view of the street and all these things.
Okay, wow.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm talking about growing up at Church Street where you had Foresters Hall and them dance thing, Wildman Street and Success Club and for them thing. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you hear the music pumping from in your bed, you know, and the family home at Kingston Gardens. That's it.
So that's all in.
That's all in the book.
Can I
that's
see the
it.
cover?
Yeah.
So this book. It's called. Can't even read, you know, sis.
My life story.
Well done, thank you very much. It was upside down as well. So, okay, so this is. You
It's a
wrote.
package. I know it's supposed to be 400 and 500 and 600 pages, but what it is, it's a song called Story of My Life
Okay,
in there.
yes.
I can't open it and show you.
No, you don't need to.
And over the years, over at the back,
Yes.
it's an audio interview
Clever.
long before Miss Lady name now, I forget her name right now, but Miss Lady that have her many books and her little horror goblets and goblins and all that.
J.K.
Rowland, right.
Yes.
Before her books became audio, I had this, and you have the script inside.
Mm-hmm. So you're an
In the audio.
innovator.
Well, if I had patterned it, I'd be filthy rich right now.
Yeah, you are. I'm just filthy.
You're terrible.
I'm
aren't
picking
you?
you. But you've done quite a few albums, haven't you? You've not just done one album.
No, I've not just done one song. I have
No.
many songs. That's the thing.
Give me an example. Like, how many songs would you say you've recorded?
Me,
Mm-hmm.
I have 7 albums. Though.
7 albums.
Yes.
Have you heard any of
The
my
latest
albums?
one name. I know you work on the radio. I didn't know that you sing.
I don't. I thought I did sing, but people said to me no. You can't sing.
No.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
This is the latest album, Never Hustle the Music. That's for people who put out people music without their permission.
Yes. Wow.
In R&B style.
Well
This is an
done.
R&B album. It's
Really?
made in America as well.
Good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
With John Forte, the Fugees, and Bruce Styles from the West Coast, and certain other little things. But it's basically R&B. This
Mm-hmm.
is the second album with music. Okay, what happened is I
Yes.
did this album,
Mm-hmm.
trying to research. I'm trying to figure out the tracks that I did from back in the day. So it was, It Must Be Him, Blue Yes Blue, my original, Are You There, which is a cover by Diane Warwick. Here's a Key original. Long Day Shine is a Diane Warwick. Why Did You Lie is original. I Let You Go is the same Bonnie D Business and the West Indies Records scenario. That's Not the Answer.
What isn't the answer?
That's the title of the track.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not well. Forgive me.
The real title is I'll Get You, but they put That's Not the Answer.
Mhm.
Crazy. Then you have Make Up Your Mind, then you have To Stir With Love, which is a cover, West Indies Records as
Yes.
well. I Don't Wanna Fight was something I put on. Yeah? And Wide Awake in a Dream was a track that Blues Busters. I thought it was the other cover as well. Now after I did this as Vintage One, I discovered that I had more songs that I didn't even have on the thing.
Really?
So I decided to do a Vintage 2. So some that is not on there is on here, but this have on 22 tracks.
Wow. Was that produced in Jamaica or US?
No, I did this.
Okay.
I did this. It's a compilation I did in America.
Okay.
And then I mastered and mixed it over here. Me.
Yep. Are you that?
For my label, The Beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Good on you.
Good. So I put on I Don't Wanna Fight Again. Then I did Chillin', which is a original, but it's like chilling at the beach.
Yes.
So I Let You Go, which is the whole new song I was telling you about. What's this one now? Are You There, which is a ska. So I have ska and rocksteady on it. Let Me Go Boy, Long Day Short Night, Love the One You With. Love You So Much is an original. Love Is Here to Stay, which is an original as well. And Make Up Your Mind, which is something I did for the Jamaica Independence Festival celebration. I
Okay.
entered the pop section and played and sang this song on a competition. Among other songs.
Mm-hmm.
So that became Vintage too.
Okay.
Then I went and I did an album for Trojan.
That's a record label in Jamaica, isn't it?
There's a record label up here, you're supposed to know.
I know, forgive me. Where's me some more water? Sorry.
Oh, sir, you need to get an accolade for being a very good comedian.
I think so. I'm being
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
So, yeah, this project, I co-produced the album alongside Delva Williams, who was manager for Desmond Lecker. And
Really?
yeah, the album moved from Trojan to Sanctuary to Universal to no Chrysalis
Yes.
BMG.
Wow.
But some crazy things are happening there. Songs from West Indies Records surging on these mixed things that they have, da 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 da. And I don't see no paperwork. I don't see my signature in it. They might have forged it. I don't know.
I remember, do you remember what's it? Candy Staten? Do you know?
Candy Staten, yes.
Right. I stand corrected. And I remember ringing her. This is in the 90s. And I said to her, congratulations on getting to #1 in this country.
Okay.
With You Got the Love? Yeah. And she said to me she knew nothing about it. So they released it without her say so. And she didn't make anything.
No, but the thing is, you see, I don't know, it's such a catch. It stopped being 22 or 21. I don't know what it is now, maybe 72 or 27 or whatever. But you would say sometimes it's good for a label to put somebody's music out because it sort of give them a nudge to get out there, or their name to get exposed or whatever. But for your career, I don't know how good it is, and if you get signed to someone, they want to tell you when you must sing and when you must not sing. But I think they have the wherewithal, the power, in every country of the world, and they are linked properly, these major ones. This is why they take 3 or 6 months or so to put someone out, because they totally have it locked to know, well, PR and marketing is the key to the whole thing. And we never really knew about this. We never studied it. We never took it into consideration. Now I'm just going wild. I'm just putting out anything, anytime. I mean, it sounds like it might be a good thing to put out the thing, but you're losing if you don't do it the right way.
Sure. Do you feel like you've been robbed by the industry?
The industry? The dirty business called music you're talking about? Yeah, what can I say? But I'm not complaining. I love it. I love music, so. So
who haven't you worked with that you'd like to work with?
Well, I've met quite a few people at the BET Awards, and I would have wanted to. Well, Erica said she wanted to do something with me, and then India Ari said she wanted to do something with me. But I mean, most of people just maybe show their wishes or whatever. But for me, if I'm doing something, I do it now, and I'm glad I'm independent. I can do record today and put it out tonight, if you know what I mean. I'll put it out tomorrow. I get it on the radio, some radio station. I don't care where, kind of stuff. So.
Because you've got your own website, haven't you? So
yeah, I have my own website. I have 3 websites.
Really?
DawnPenn.co.uk, Dawnpenn Online, and DawnPenn.net. I didn't know I would call myself that, but DawnPenn.com is owned by somebody in Australia.
Really? Them teeth in him?
Yeah, they figured I was going to come buy it from them. That's what it never worked out. What is the truth though?
Of course. Now, tell me a bit, that's your posters?
Oh, this is my new calendar. My calendar is geared to the financial system in England.
Okay. Explain.
So my calendar operates from April 1st until March 31st, 2015.
Okay.
And I've patterned this idea anyway, so that who want to follow me can just work with me and pay for me and pay me anyway.
I like your style.
Huh?
I like your style.
Yeah. It's the shows that I've done in the year
Okay.
in different countries of the world.
Right.
So I put the flyers as a picture.
Clever.
Like I said, I patterned the idea. So whoever want to use it is fine with me. They'll be working for me for a very long time.
So very good. So the next calendar you put out surely will feature me in terms of one of the highlights of the places you've been to. Maybe. Maybe not.
Why not? It was a very interesting and jovial situation.
It's not over yet. It isn't over yet.
It's not over till it is over.
That is right. Now, what
They have to
advice?
talk Japanese to read this one.
Well, I'm quite fluent. So just pass it me and I can just go through it, no problem. Easy.
Hold it up for us.
Yeah. You want to?
You hold it up.
I have my perfume as well.
Really?
Yep,
Where is it?
in my bag.
As it must be. You must show it us.
That's it.
Yeah. What's it called?
Experience.
Is it?
Yes.
Can we see it?
It's going to cost you then.
Of course. Speak to the manager, no problem.
Who is your manager?
The man over there.
Jackie?
Yes. Shut the chat, don't worry.
What are you laughing for, Dawn? Have you got any music to play while Dawn filters in her bag?
And Mary Poppins.
I released it in Dubai 2 weeks ago.
Dubai. Oh, can I have a spell?
Abu Dhabi, yes.
Yeah. It's
I had to
lovely.
go there because they make perfume too.
Well, I'm
That's
a big
the
fan.
thing.
Yes, of the stuff from Abu Dhabi. It's lovely. Oud, they call it out there, don't they? It's beautiful. You see, I'm quite fluent. I've travelled many places. Have you been to Nam?
Vietnam.
No, Nam is
Where?
That's not the rule. Don't worry, I'll take you there. You love the parties. You love the parties, eh? Wonderful. Don't worry about that. So, final, forgive me.
That's something else.
I'm sorry. A question for you, Dawn. Final question. Before I put it to the young audience here, what advice would you give somebody who was like an up-and-coming artist? What advice would you give them?
Okay, advice. Music business is a very serious business. I mean, people know they can get rich overnight. So everybody's rushing to think, but people have to find out if where their calling is in the music business. Will I be a manager? Will I be a road manager? Will I be a tour manager? Will I write songs? Will I perform on stage? That type of stuff. You have to find that out first. It's good if you can play some kind of instrument as well. Because now they have this thing where PRS or PPL have some story about, once upon a time you used to put in some people, either a band or some pickup band from somewhere to back you up. Now you have something that says who is a featured artist on the track. So if a man played a solo, he might be the featured artist alongside whoever else work on the track. So now they're giving royalties to these people as well. You used to pay some money and say, well, okay, it's work for hire and this person's a session musician, you're going to pay them right away and forget about them, come out here. Now they're saying that there's royalties to be accrued for the people. Well, I mean, in fairness, if someone helps to make a song big, I don't see no reason why they shouldn't get paid. But at the same time, when I was writing that song from pain or pressure or whatever emotional problems I was going through, none of them was there. And I normally play my thing on the piano and show the band what the progression is or sing the song and play it. So they get a bird's eye view of what I'm trying to think. So
Good.
that's what's up.
Any regrets about the industry?
Regrets? No?
None. Just everything wonderful.
Excellent.
Are you that? Beautiful. Anybody want to put a question to Dawn? No? Oh, sorry.
Can I put one?
Oh, Beth
I
first.
was, when you were saying all the area of where the music is that in Kingston, Jamaica? I wasn't quite
That was on North Street, and I said before, it's an intersection. You have the street running this way, that's North Street. You have the street running that way, that's in Orange Street. Over here, so you have Sunshine. Up this road, on the same road or street, because they don't name road, they name street.
Okay.
The street across from Sunshine thing was Beverly's. Beverly's had Jimmy Cliff, they had Laurel Aiken, they had Millie Small, and they had these people. We were younger people, but we knew that they were used to be going there. That was where When I'm Gonna Be Free was recorded anyway.
Okay.
Unbeknown to me as well. On Orange Street, the same street, you have Coxsone Record Shop, right? Over there, so you have Prince Buster, and maybe 2 doors down, you have Clan Eccles doing a tailoring job there. That next street is Charles Street. When you pass Charles Street and you go to the next street running parallel to it, which is Beeson Street, you have Mr. Palmer and you have these other people down there.
And they're
That's
still
it.
there today.
Well, Mr. Palmer in England from ever since.
You got Jetstar.
Thank you very much.
You see me get one right. You give it.
You're with it, you know, you just...
That's right. A little slow, but I'm getting there. Don't worry. Okay. So the young man at the back. Yes.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi.
This is an ethical question.
A
Given
what?
that music is a collaborative process, who should
Sorry?
really own it? I mean, how do you define ownership, given that you've
I
got...
tried to find out how it works out now.
Sorry?
I'm a bit lost.
Oh, you can't. Can you repeat your question, please, my friend?
I
Sorry.
understand what you
It's
say.
Oh, sorry.
It's an ethical question. Given that
It's
music is a
ethical.
collaborative process,
Mm.
because you've got the songwriter, you've got the vocalist, you've got various instruments, then you've got the recording medium, how would you define ownership?
The thing is, okay, the person, in all fairness, copyright and PRS, and I'm not an authority on it, I'm just speaking from my experience and what I understand it to mean, because I still am learning about it. Yeah?
Good.
The person who comes up with the idea of, say, a song, and maybe you have some of the words, or if you have most of the words or whatever, and you have a melody. The thing is really, song is supposed to, not cutting your argument, songs is supposed to be a praise to God, you know. That's where it really supposed to be. But you find now that they have it so messed up and switched up that defining it would have to be the person who, like, put it this way, the person who registered that song at PRS or whatever they call this poor man thing where you put into a paper. I don't know how that works, because that sounds like dumbness to me. Because that will never open unless you have a court case. And if you open it before, you don't have an argument.
Copywriting.
Yeah. So the person who registers the song first, and you come to an amicable agreement and say, John Brown, we get 15%, this one we get 10%, this one we get this, because he created the melody or he played something that came in towards creating the song, or it goes with who wrote the words, who wrote the music, like the melody behind it, or who came up with the background music for some words that you had. Now, if you did those two, you automatically would be having 50% across the board of the song anyway. And then you go to the singing of the song, which is another, whatever that is. So it's just the person who registered it before. If the person who registers it first, and they go by date order. If John Brown did it 2006 and you're doing it 2008, you know the one for 2006 going to stand in a court of law or with them as well, and they have their lawyers in there.
In answer, well,
Did I
totally
answer
agree
your
with
question though?
Sorry?
Yes.
Did I answer your question?
You did. Do you remember that record by, was it Robin Thicke? It came out about a few years ago, and it was like a sample of Marvin Gaye. Sorry?
Blurred lines.
Yes, was it Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a dispute about that.
That's the next thing. How the thing is set up now, you dare not go put down, okay, you can't just sample you're not even supposed to pick up anybody's song and put it out like that. I mean, we have gotten away with murder, really, in Jamaica. We just pick up a song and just drop some reggae on it, and the next thing you know, it become a hit somewhere. And they
That's
say, oh, these people, they make the song a hit. What? I need 80% of the net of the sales of that song. You didn't ask my permission, and furthermore, they might just stress you out and you don't even get nothing at all.
Well, in your case, because quite a few people have recorded your songs and made money from your songs, but you haven't made any money from it.
I don't know how to describe the kind of money I get. I get some kind of money for how much time the music plays on the radio for original songs. I also get money as a performer on some songs. But my publishing, I put a publisher in place, but this other place that I did this album for is saying to me, we did this album. What happened is I did a song already, and I went and I did a song, the same song on their album. They're telling me, well, you signed a deal with us so we control the publishing. I say, I control the publishing on the one that I did with you, not the one that I did before the one that I did with you. So how that work? So, and they are, trying to, you have a lot of little dumbness going on, but it's a learning curve for me. And
So that's what young people need to learn as well in terms of the industry.
you have to, I think, really, if you're going to be in this business, you have to get a manager who is interested in you and your career, who is not going to tell you you're getting 1,500 when it's really 2,000 you're getting, and getting the 20% of the 1,500 plus the 15, the difference between the 15 and the 2,000, because that happens most of the time. Someone who has your interests, and then you have to also get a booking agent who doesn't have much people working with, because you might just walk on Kickstone the rest of the month when you're not doing anything. And you have to actually, you the person have to know what you want and also demand it from your peers. But if you have a deal with a label, major or otherwise, you almost come second place, because the manager, they don't necessarily want to talk to you, the artist want to talk to the manager or the lawyer, and they have a field day with your money. So it has to be so properly organized and business-like, and business is how much money I make. I used to work in the bank, and I used to post a journal and personal ledgers for Barclays. That is, I used to be able to calculate on machine how much profit they make every day, every single day, and still I'm not doing it for my business.
Yes,
You understand?
Yes.
So you have to be making money to exist, and over time you have to, all the other rest that goes with it. So you have to be totally business-like. And the recording industry is not about singing anymore. Some people just sing some little. You maybe can put a cat on a TV or on a track. Some animal.
Yeah.
I never see it. I'm just jumped
It's
because
true,
I
you
don't
do.
watch TV.
Yes.
Again.
You're missing
But
nothing.
but you can do some quirky things and make money, and you the person don't get it if you don't. I think you need to get a proper education, and I may almost think you need to study law or something. Something really that when you see a contract and just can read all the fine print and say, they're not going to own this thing forever. Because they have a way of dropping in that in a contract. We will own it forever.
Forever, ever.
All when you pass away. Them still own it, I know of a case right now, some major. I don't even know, because I went to volunteer lawyers at the arts to get my royalties, and they hooked me up with somebody who told me after 2 years he couldn't litigate because he was doing the Bob Marley estate. But I will introduce you to some people who will take 50% of your royalties.
That's
So
nice.
okay, 50% is better than no percent at all. Dumb
Yeah.
thinking. I should have waited. It would have piled up, and they wouldn't have got 50%, and I'd probably have a chance of getting nearly all. They are collecting as we speak.
So when they collect,
And they consider that they are going to collect forever. And the person they're talking about is dead. And they're saying, in her lifetime she was enjoying, but nobody knows what that poor man was going through, and a dead person can't talk. So that's what it is. So you have to be so careful. But people just believe them can just...
I remember I wrote a song a few days.
There we go.
Can I share my song with you, Dawn? Please? I wrote this song, right, and I think it's got a future. It's got a hook to it, and just turn on my iPad because I store it in here because I copyrighted it. But I hear that some teething boy in America used the song, but what do you think of this? My voice ain't kind of clear yet because it just needs lubrication. But it's not enough lubrication. So these are the words, and tell me if you could a piano piece or some kind of violin tune. I'm just, because it's my philosophy as well.
Please don't spare us.
You see what's happening? See, they put me down.
They're waiting to hear
Okay,
you,
I'm
though.
sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
we're not.
Stop. I want to hear.
Thank you. I'm glad you said that. So I shall start.
You'll regret that later.
No, she'll love it. And so if you could think to yourself like a piano piece or strings, yeah? And these are the opening lines. Not really got the second verse. And it's, I believe the children are the future. They are the future. Don't laugh at the children. Teach them well and let
You
them...
mean somebody's song?
That's mine.
Is it?
Yes.
When did you write that?
I wrote it in 1967.
What?
Yes. And some teeping boy come to my house called George and sees on the table next to the bullock here. And take the bullock in and the words. I'm going back to America and teeth it.
Oh,
I'm not
my
returning
God.
my calls.
That was not nice.
No, but I've got an original one now, another one. Okay? Again, think of strings, violins, I'm thinking of Vanessa May doing the violin to it. Okay? I like tea. You like tea. We all like tea. A tea, he. My work is done. No, my work is done. Please, can we collaborate together?
I'm sorry I never brought my lyrics because I have some. I had one. I just found it,
Mm-hmm.
But
Not that
it's
though.
crazy. No.
Okay.
I didn't bring the paper though, but the gist of it is sauce and stew and
That could work. So,
wait, I'm trying to remember the thing.
it sounds catchy already.
No, well that
Mm-hmm.
that going definitely be a dancehall
Is
song
it?
because from what the lyrics is saying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I didn't bring those lyrics, but
Don't worry,
you
there's
said like you
another
said, I
time.
wonder what the box said can happen to you. Yeah?
That could work. You see that in church.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Maybe not. Any other questions, people? There's one here. Barry?
Couple of questions actually.
Sure.
Dawn, you said that you're classical trained
Yeah.
and you played Schubert and Mendelssohn, etc. Do you still have an interest in classical, either playing or listening?
Sorry?
Do you still have an interest in classical music, either playing or listening?
I hear it every day in the train station if I didn't even like it.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't play classical music per se, but I listen to them. I don't really tune in on the radio to listen to them anymore, but
You don't listen
Hear
to
it.
classical FM?
I hear them. I mean, when you're going to Waltham South train station, all you're hearing is classical music. You have so many train stations, you can hear it all the time. If I turn on the radio and I don't listen to the radio too tough, you can hear classical thing. I have my violin right in my bedroom, but I haven't played it for a while.
Really?
I'm trying to set it up so I can surprise some people. So
We should work together because I'm pretty good with the old comb.
the what?
The comb.
Okay.
You get some paper over it and you go. we should collaborate. Sorry.
Anything that will work.
Sorry,
Second.
second question.
Mhm.
What's on your CD or your iPod at the moment? What are you listening to? Who are you listening
Me, my iPod. I don't work with no iPod, you know. I have my iPad, but my iPad is to check my email and my thing. iPod, that one.
Yeah.
I don't interfere with my ears too tough. When I see people with this thing in the ears, I can't think of when you're in the hospital and you're getting a blood or saline transfusion. I don't like to see it still. Sorry, I might be a little daft.
Today you was talking a lot about Mavula. You said you liked her.
Who?
Mavula.
Well, I met her on I met her on Jules Holland show.
So, but you don't listen to her music.
Sorry?
You're not listening to her music then.
Not necessarily. I was just hearing her on the thing, and
You don't see.
she's different. She is coming off different from the regular person. That's what that is.
That was the Hogmanay show, wasn't it? New Year's Eve show.
Yeah. The Hootenanny show.
I was actually dropping foot to that in my
Is it?
yard. Yes. Yes, I've got some style.
I was.
Yeah, they call me the Black Fred Astaire. Okay. Any more?
Well, thank you.
Any more questions, anybody? Oh, one at the back, sorry. After you. Yes.
When can we see Dawn performing in the Midlands again? Anytime soon.
At the rear?
Wait, in the Midlands.
The Midlands?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
I
Dawn.
think we have some kind of show tomorrow at Spanky, what?
Spanky Van Dyke. You can catch Dawn tomorrow at Spanky Van Dyke's
In Nottingham.
in Nottingham. It's on Goldsmith Street, just round the corner from Rock City.
Goldsmiths.
Be
remember
there
that
on
name.
Square.
Yeah.
Dawn's going to be performing brilliantly, aren't you, Dawn?
Of course.
Looking forward to it, aren't
As
you,
per.
Aren't we Dawn?
No problem.
As per.
Sorry. Dennis?
Division.
Yeah, you know how you were saying that so many people have copied the tune or played the tune or collaborated on that tune. Which is your favourite out of all those? My personal, because I remember you did one with. Well, I remember when Big U sang over it one time, a long time ago.
Me? I
Over
never
that
went
track.
in the studio with Big U. That is number one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he sang over it. But out of all the other people that sang
Say that again?
that same tune, well, Big U did a piece over it, didn't he?
Okay, what that is, Steele and Clevey re-recorded the song from scratch. The Studio One version, after 8 bars, I sing something. This one that they did is after 4 bars, I sing something. They actually sampled that guy's voice.
Right.
He recorded his song Screaming Target after I did No 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 back in 1967.
Right.
Yeah? But they sampled his voice, and he's even getting royalties for me.
Wow.
Really?
Yep. And in fact, they said, oh, he wrote the song, and I know that he wrote Happy Valley Music or whatever the name.
Wow.
What can I say?
It reminds me of this song by Bob Marley. I think it was Bob Marley. It was done by Eric Clapton. I Shot the Sheriff. Was it Eric Clapton who did the song?
No, Bob did the song.
Bob did
Right.
it.
That's right. But people thought it was Eric Clapton who did the song. And it's the same problem that you're having with Big Youths stealing the credit type thing.
No, it's not stealing the credit. They sampled the guy's voice right through the song.
Wow.
Wait the time and tell the people. So I do it sometimes. I might officially do it myself, but I sing it without it. But damage is already done. The record is there when you go on a show, you know. Or if I do a dub, I just cut out that piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you need somebody to actually do another version of it, you know.
Why didn't you sample it now?
I could, but I'm my phone. I need honey.
There's lots.
I need honey. No honey here. Thank you. Any more questions, anybody?
Yeah. We spoke a lot about the song itself and lots of people teething it. And you don't seem angry at all. But has there ever been a time in your life where you've got so angry, not necessarily about the song, but anything, that you want to give up? If yes, what inspired you to continue? If no, why have you never been angry?
Well, no, that is what you need to know. I work with Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Elohim, Jehovah El Shaddai, that guy there, them people there. They are my friends. So having had them in my corner, I do not think about harming people. I say, over to you. And he answers my prayer. I have the link to him, big time.
Bless.
Yeah?
Any more? Any more questions? Final? Going once? Going twice? Put your hands together for Dawn Penn. Thank you.